Hi. Okay, set your watch for an hour and let's do yoga. I'm so happy that you're here, and I want to thank you again for playing along at home. You know, like the internet says, stay the F home. So let's get into it. Today's class is a combo class featuring 3 styles of yoga: power yoga, Hatha yoga, and yin yoga. It's going to be 60 minutes long, so let's get started. Please find yourself in a nice child's pose. Separate your knees, relax your forehead, and notice that you are breathing. Let your body settle here. Take a moment to listen to the whisper of your breathing. Let's add a little bit of movement. Come to a tabletop. And today, put the karate chop knife edge of your left hand on the floor and peel back your hips. This is to stretch out your side rib cage on the left. So breathe there. Change second side. Put the karate chop knife edge of your right hand on the mat. Pull your hip back. And again, drop your shoulder down and send your breath into the right rib cage. Change. All right, let's come on all fours. And today, let's stretch out your wrists a little bit. I don't know about you, but my thumb has been scrolling on the phone way more than normal. So your digits, your joints, your wrists might need some care today. So hang here and circle out your arm. Get the shoulder loosened up. Same thing, second side. And you can put gently the back of your hand onto your mat. And gently the second side. And at any point today, if your wrists become sensitive, we can do what we call tenting, which is just to put the fingertips on the mat without any real body pressure here. All right, so cat and cow. Inhale, lift your eyes and hips. Exhale, hollow and round. Inhale, lift your eyes and hips. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, hoist your hips, and come upside down. Bend your knees right and left and shake your head out like you're saying, nope, nope, not worried. Nod your head, yes. Yes to friends and fun. Thank you again for the chance to guide you today, guys. We're going to have fun. So join your big toes to touch. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, roll open your hip, circle your ankle, drop your right shoulder down. Change, second side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, half scorpion. Bend your knee, roll open your hip, relax your shoulders. Circle out your ankle. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your left leg straight back. On your exhale, step to the front of your mat. Take as many steps as you need to come to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to hips. Now, hands to hips to lift up. Eyes up to rise up. Mountain pose. Inhale, circle, sweep your arms up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now, the word Anjali means offering. So, you may wish to make a dedication with this Anjali mudra. Alexa, stop. You may wish to dedicate your efforts to the greater good. All right, let's have fun. Inhale, upward salute. Raise your arms, tuck your hips under, maybe cactus your arms out, a gentle little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fold forward, touch the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Plank. Now put your hands on the mat, walk your legs back, and fire it up. Really pull your belly button up into your spine. Make your legs really strong. Push away the floor. Drop your knees, come to the mat. Lower belly, chin, and chest. Baby cobra. Roll your shoulder shrugs back. Squeeze your legs. Lift your heart. You can float your hands. You can look down, forward, or up. But right here, this is a back bend. So tuck your tailbone under. Lift your heart. Plank. So push away the floor to downward facing dog. Hoist your hips. All right, friends. Inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees low and walk to the top of your mat. Inhale, take a little halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, touch the floor. Upward salute. Drop your hips, eyes up, rise up. And you may add to a back bend. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. Walk your legs back, fire it up. Lower your knees. And let's come to a modified chaturanga. Tuck your elbows in, come halfway and pull everything up and in, nice and tight. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hoist your hips. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Walk, or you might hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Upward salute. Drop your hips. Eyes up, rise up. Take a big back bend. Exhale, fold forward, hands to heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank. All right, now let's come to chaturanga. Shift your work forward. Come to your low push-up and hold. You could always drop your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Excellent. Downward facing dog. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, knees low. Walk or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Upward salute. Drop your hips. Eyes up and rise up, and maybe take a bigger back bend. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Now, you can put your knees down. You can jump back, hop back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hoist your hips. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, knees low. Walk or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair. Hips down, arms up. Fix your pants. Sink your hips. Raise your arms. And let's fire it up. Pull your knees back so you can see your toes. Pull your belly button in. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. It's your high push-up to low, so make it true. I modify every time because that's what my knees, my wrists, my body wants. All right, inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, warrior one. Put your foot behind your right hand and turn your back foot flat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, arrive. Now put your hands on your hips. Good time to fix your pants. Inhale, raise your arms. And exhale, get low. Today, let's shoulder rinse. Interlace your fingers or hold the knife edge of your hand. Deepen your lunge. Inhale, lift your heart. Humble warrior. Fold in half. Help your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Now you could keep your knee bent. Tuck your chin in. Please help your right hip to the midline. Inhale, raise your arms, reach up. Take a back bend. Inhale up, exhale, chaturanga. Now you put your knee down, sweep your right leg back. That's how I like to practice. High push-up to low. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big round of breath. All right, second side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, warrior one. Step your foot again behind your left hand. Inhale to rise up. And exhale to arrive. Let's get organized. Pants, microphone cord. It's all good. We do this all in one take in real life, in real time, every time. Okay, inhale, rise up. Exhale, carve a deeper lunge, and let's get your back bend. Open up your arms. It's a cactus. Lift your ribs and go back. Deepen your lunge, square off your hips, press to your front heel, lift up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chaturanga. Again, I like to come crescent lunge to the knee, to the hands, slide the leg back, and then come to low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, warrior one. This time, put your foot between your hands, turn your back foot flat, and inhale, rise up. Exhale, this time, warrior two, right on out. Let's get organized. Look forward. See your knee, make sure it's right over your heel, and send your back leg back to get deeper. Now reach back, reach forward, reach in two directions. Let's reverse your warrior. Raise your right hand. You could take a half bind with your left arm, put the back of your hand to the small of your back, and carve out a nice deep lunge. Inhale to reach. Exhale to flow. So we're going to chaturanga. So again, lift your back heel. You could put your knee down, set your foot, and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find a big breath. Inhale here. HA. Second side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, warrior one. Again, step your foot between your hands. Turn your back foot flat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arrive. Now let's get organized. Get low. Look past your front fingers and deepen your lunge. Pull your tummy tight. Relax through your shoulder shrugs. Let's reverse. Take a half bind. Raise your left hand up. Get low, get deep. Now big reach as you breathe. And let's change. Come on up. It's like a crescent lunge. You put your knee down if you're working with me. And then here we go. Send your left leg back. High to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your heart. Excellent. Downward facing dog. Hoist your hips. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, warrior one. Let's take the wide stance again. So step behind your hand. Rise up. Arrive. Bring your hands to your hips. Square your hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time, let's take a pyramid. Put your hands to your hips. Square your hips. Straighten your leg. Inhale, lift up. And exhale to hinge forward. Lead with your heart. You can touch the floor and shorten your stance as you need. This is a stretch for your front leg. So look at your right foot toes. Press your right heel down and peel your right hip back. Inhale to lift your heart and exhale to drop. Now notice if you have locked out your leg, please soften your knee a little bit. Press your heel and help your hip back. So you should feel just the work in the belly of the muscle. Inhale, lift, and exhale, drop. Good times. Now, I love sequencing. So while we're here, standing splits. Press into your supporting leg. Lift your back leg. It could stay like this, like a letter L. Or kick your leg higher as able. You can invite your right hand behind your calf. Maybe both hands behind your heel. And it's kick, kick, kick. Change. Forward fold. Uttanasana. 2 feet to touch. Chair. Here we go. Sit up. Sit down. Sit low. And let's get organized. Hands to heart. Fix your clothes. It's always worth it to take a second there. Sink down. Sit low. Hands to your heart. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. So high push-up to your version of the low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So every time I say chaturanga, you could also go no push-up and just meet us at home. Where do we live? Downward facing dog. Second side. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, warrior one. Step your foot behind your left hand. Nice wide stance. Turn your back foot flat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arrive. Okay, let's do the same thing second side. So square off your hips. Get deep. You can raise your arms. That feels good. Now let's pyramid like we did before. Put your hands to your hips. Square your hips. Deepen your lunge. Lift your heart. Then straighten your leg. Remember not to lock it out. Just kind of make it straighter. Inhale, lift. And then as you exhale, lead with your heart and drape, hinge, and fold. Shorten your stance as needed. So again, let's enjoy. Soften your knee. Press your front heel down. Scissor your front hip back. And relax your shoulder shrugged. Help your leg become straight. But again, you want to not feel it here behind the knee crease or here where the hamstrings originate in the sit bone. You want to feel it here across the belly of your hamstring muscle. So inhale for height. Exhale for depth. And if you like, standing splits as before. Shift your work. Lift your back leg. It could stay parallel to floor like a letter L. Or invite your left hand behind your calf. Look at your floor. Help your maybe right hand behind your heel and kick, kick, kick. Find a round of breath and change. Forward fold. Let's gorilla. Separate your feet hip distance. Slide your hands underneath your feet. Soften your knees. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, hang out. Shift your work side to side and relax. It's so good that you're practicing yoga. Think about it. When else are you upside down? You know, you're at home. You're doing a good thing, staying at home. And you feel like you need to move, so that's what we're doing. I'm so grateful that we're here, friends. All right, bring your feet back together. Toes and heels to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair. Hips down, arms high. Pull your hips back. Now we could take a twisted chair here. Bring your hands to the center of your heart. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, look right, twist right. Now, I'm curvy, so I put my elbow between my knees. That keeps my hips level because we always want to stretch above the belly button. So inhale to lift your heart and exhale to revolve your ribs. You can open your arms, and if a side crow is in your practice, that's a good time. It is not in mine today. Change, second side. Bring your hands to heart. As you exhale, look left and twist left. Help your elbow between your knee or farther. Open your arms and sit lower. Make sure your shirt is okay. Haha. All right, sit, twist, revolve. Find a round of breath. Change. Chair, let's stand up. Thread your thumbs and open. Find a big back bend. Inhale to reach up, squeeze your glutes. As you exhale, cactus. Go back, more back. Last time. Change. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. High push up to your version of low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath. HA. All right, inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, warrior one. Step your foot between your hands. Turn your back foot flat. Rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Get organized. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. So let's camp out. Put your elbow on your thigh. Raise your top arm high. And you could take a half bind here too. Get lower in your lunge. Stack your shoulders. And breathe. Star pose. So parallel your feet, palms to meet, second side. Warrior two. Turn your left foot toes down. Flip your palms, tilt your body, and let's take a side angle here. So again, you can rest your elbow on your thigh, drop your hips down, maybe take a half bind. And here's the deal. Look with your chin tucked in to keep the back of your neck nice and long. Get deep. Woo, feels good. Find round of breath. All right, change. Parallel your feet, palms to meet. Bring your hands to heart center. All right, let's check our time. We've got 3 minutes more for flow before the Hatha. So what can we do here? How about crescent lunge? Send all your toes to the front. Get high on the ball of the foot behind you. And bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, airplane launch. Sweep your leg back like a letter L as before. Or body down, leg up if you like. Up, up, up. Change. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. It's a high push up to your low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Excellent. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, crescent lunge. So put your foot behind your hand. Stay on the ball of your back foot. Rise up and get organized. All right, same thing. Hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, airplane launch. Square your hips. Flare your toes. You can look down, forward, or up. And you can kick, lift, lift as we did before. And forward fold. All right, bring your feet to mat width, malasana. Let's sit down. Take a second. Put your elbows to your inner thighs and rock side to side. Nice little stretch for the backs of your calves, maybe your low back. Come upside down. And walk your feet together, toes and heels to touch. Drop your hips, circle sweep. Rise up, take a big back bend here, upward salute. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high push up to your version of low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift your heart. Exhale, maybe extra push up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, warrior one, step it through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Star pose, parallel your feet, palms to meet. Warrior two, left side, get deep. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga. Now, high push up, as before, to low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, warrior one, step it through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two, get low. Inhale, reverse your warrior, star pose. Parallel your feet, palms to meet. Hands at heart center. All right. Warrior two, left foot forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga. It's a high push-up to your version of low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your heart. Child's pose. Find your breath. Big inhale through your nose. Open your mouth. H-A. Ah. Yeah. Okay. Big breath in. H-A. Ah. Okay. So transitioning now to the Hatha practice. Walk your knees in, cow, spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, crescent lunge, step it through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two to star pose. Parallel your feet. And we'll just stick that there. Haha. Okay, let's get into some side angle. In Hatha, we call it trikonasana. So here we go. Identify your right foot toes, pivot them to the front, and drop low. All right. Tilt. Place your elbow to your knee. You chin to your shoulder, or you can look down at your foot, forward, or up. Now sink your hips down and spread your wings. Here's a trick. Press a little bit more to the front of your right heel and a little bit more to the back of your left heel. And then pull these places toward each other. All right. Change. Star pose. Parallel your feet. Palms to meet. Second side. Get low. Trikonasana. Flip your palms and tilt. All right. So again, help your elbow to your knee. Your chin toward your shoulder. Your eye toward your thumb. And drop your hips. Let's get into it. Press a little now to your left inner heel and a lot into your right outer heel. Spread your wings wide, drop down. Now, if your toes are involved, you're kind of missing the point. So that's why I say dig your heel down like you want to dent the floor. Then pull your two heels toward each other. It happens on the inside and it means everything. Change, start pose, parallel your feet, palms to meet. Let's get into a Dandayamana Bibhaktapada Paschimottanasana. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold in half. Now, if you're tighter, you could touch like the ottoman or a block. Stay here. Maybe use a chair or touch the floor. Some of you can put your fingers right under your feet. Big breath in and exhale, pull. So as you inhale, you lift up into your sit bones. So you soften your knees. And as you exhale, pull your face like it's going to touch the mat. You should be looking at the floor. Keeping this nice long spine, you're using the strength of your arms to lengthen your legs. Find a round of breath. Change. Hands to hips. Eyes up to rise up. All right. Second set. Trikonasana. Send your right foot toes to the front. Flip your palms. Tilt your body. Let's take a half bind. So like we did in the power section, put the back of your hand to the small of your back. Double check your shirt. And this is a nice place to camp out and rest, or we could build a bird of paradise. Now, take your right hand and hold your right heel. Use your back foot a couple of steps in till you have both of your feet kind of together. Then flip your grip. Put your palm onto the heel and look in the mirror first. That helps you stand tall. And if it's for you, kick out a straight leg. Lift your chest, your chin, and your eyes. Straighten out your supporting leg, lift your heart, and find a round of breath. Change. Set your foot down, come back, meet the bind. Star pose, parallel your feet, palms to meet. Second side, turn your left foot toes out. Drop deep to your lunge, open your arms, and tilt your body. Place your elbow to your knee, your chin to your shoulder, your eye to your thumb, and drop your hips, half bind. Put the back of your hand at the small of your back, stack up your shoulders. You can stay or play. Put your left hand behind your left heel, and then see your back foot. It wants to scooch forward, so help it out, help it out. And if you're standing up, lift your eyes up to rise up. Hold your inner heel, maybe your big toe, and straighten out your supporting leg a lot. Look with your eyes to the horizon. It's the first day of spring. You can hear all the birds talk about it. All right, change. Put your foot on the floor, meet friends in binds. Parallel your feet, palms to meet for your star pose. All right, now this time let's take a deep forward fold. Again, you can touch onto a chair or the ottoman so that you can keep your chest up, chin down, and your back flat. If it's for you, you can touch the floor and look behind you this time. This is to rest or to invert. If you're going upside down, work your hands in line with your heels, point your toes, and gently invite the inner thigh line toward each other. And then pull your tummy in. Fire it up. Every part of your midline is cinched in tight. So you're trying to squeeze navel to spine, and you're even activating your pelvic floor. Change. Point your toes, flex at your ankles, and land. Pull to chill, and let's take a twist. Shorten your stance a little bit. Put your left hand outside of your right ankle. Take a half bind. Bend your bottom elbow. And breathe. So soften your left knee a little. Bend your left elbow a lot. And look at the ceiling above you. Your spine and your organs, they love this. Change, second side. Take your right hand to your left ankle. Put a half bind to work for you. And this time soften your right knee. Tuck your chin. Bend your right elbow. Breathe into your right ribs. And notice where you're feeling sensation and send your breath there. All right, change. Now place your hands to your hips and lift your chest, your chin, and your eyes. So it's always eyes up to rise up. Pyramid some more. So shorten your stance significantly, about 3 feet apart. Pivot all 10 toes to the back. So notice your back foot toes point to the front right corner of your mat. Inhale, lift, and soften your front knee. See how I've bent it a little bit? Make that true. Lift your chest, and then fold exactly in half, touch the floor. Help your front hip back as you help your back hip forward. As before, we could add on. You could lift your leg. And today, maybe hold the top of your foot. Get a quad stretch that you can then kick your heel away. And so you're getting a revolved sugar cane. Parivrita Chapasana. Change. Come back to your pyramid. Let's stay down here. Tiptoe all 10 toes to the front of the room. Line up your heels, pyramid. Soften your front knee. And again, help your front hip back, your back hip forward. Now, if you are feeling tighter, you should know that you can put your blocks like this to help straighten your leg. A chair also, I'm always thinking of my friends who have a different range of motion. And I want you to know that if you are like this, that's totally cool. Let me flip that. If you need a chair, and I love the ones in our house, we totally have the bar stool height. So whatever you have available, notice that it's about what your lower body's doing, not your upper body. So you could just be like that. That's fun. Yeah. If it's available to go lower, and you can, then you must. Let's keep the chair handy. We might use that later in our yin practice. Okay, back to pyramid. Got to bend your knee to touch the floor. And then as before, shift your work, lift. And if you did, now notice you want your supporting hand kind of in a diagonal. So you're creating a little bit of a tripod. Very much nice to your shoulder. And like we said before, you've got your tented fingertips to keep any tension out of your wrist. You could kick your heel away from your hip. You could hold the top of your foot if it's for you. Heck, you could even hold your pant leg. There's a lot of fun here in this variation. All right, and change pyramid. All right, to come out of this safely, please bend your front knee first. Put your hands to your hips and lift your chest, your chin, and your eyes. And let's get assembled for a tree pose. Okay. Feet together. Toes and heels to touch. Shift your work into your left leg. Put your right foot above or below your knee, a hand to heart, maybe both. Tuck your tail down under. So you notice trees like this, not so good. But if you pull your pelvic floor up and in, and your navel to your spine, you hug your rib cage in, you can push leg to foot and foot to leg. Let's grow. Once you have these nice deep roots, raise your branches and look up. Yeah, and if you want more, you could even back bend from a tree pose. Cactus your arms or straighten them out. Go back if you like. Change, inhale brings you up. Hands to heart. Second side. Shift your work to your right leg. Put the bottom of your right foot above or below your knee. And then notice if this is what's happening. It's natural. Just like when you were upside down in the headstand, if you were. Push leg to foot, foot to leg. Relax your shoulders and grow. Hands to heart center. Change, honor your space. Okay, inhale, circle, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, touch the floor. Walk your feet to mat width. Sink your hips down, and let's meet back in Malasana where we were now. We're gonna start our floor sequence here a couple minutes early. So let's blend some of the Hatha and Yin traditions as we work our way into the deeper stretches of the Yin tradition. Okay, so right here, put your hands on the mat and let's sit you down. So you could put your left hand behind you and help your hips flat with your feet flat on the mat. Let's get into a little bit of Navasana, boat pose. So extend your arms, lift your heart, lift one foot, maybe two. Lift your chest, chin and eyes, straighten your legs, reach forward as able. So yeah, your feet could be down, knees bent or up. Big breath. Let's come to a low boat. So hollow your belly and make like a little canoe shape here, nice and low. Keep your chin off your chest. Keep breathing. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale. Let's come down. Fire it up. Everything is lit up. Legs, arms, fingers, feet. Inhale, lift up. Last time. Lower slowly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Transitional sit up. Loop your thumbs, flex your toes. Inhale, sit straight up. Double exhale, touch your feet. All right, let's turn around, lie belly down, and get into a little bit of back bending, floor sequencing. Cobra. Zip up your legs. Place your hands by your ribs as we did before. Only this time, think about squeezing your tailbone down and back, just like you did in tree. So this is about infrastructure. Pull your belly button up and in, pelvic floor tight, lift your hands, change, left ear down, look off to your right, and slow your breathing. Let's stretch while we're down here, because yesterday we did weights. So take your right arm perpendicular to your mat. Put your left hand in. This is called wing pose. So put your left hand a little bit flatter down and guide and regulate the depth of a sensible stretch. Now you can cactus your long arm if that feels better. And some of you like to bend a knee. I like to put my leg back and pillow my left fist under the temple. And breathe softly here. Change. Second side, wing pose. Extend your left arm perpendicular to your mat. Use your right hand to press you onto your side as you did. See what your top leg wants to do. Pillow, perhaps with your right hand. And again, you could cactus your arm or have it straight out, but this is to stretch out your pectorals. You might put your hand not so much perpendicular, but a little lower, definitely with a flat palm, and shop around. Where do your chest muscles feel those great chest presses we did yesterday? Find a round of breath. And change. All right, airplane, extend your arms wide, a little bit below collarbone height. Zipper your legs, touch your feet together, toes and heels, and rise up. You can look down, forward, or up. Fire it up. Feel like every muscle at the back of your body is lit. Squeeze. Lift, lift, lift. Change. Right ear down. Look to your left and relax. Recover this easy, effortless breath pattern. Forearm plank. Hey, while we're down here, place your elbows in line with your shoulders. Zip up your legs and pull your tummy tight. You can put your knees up or down. And let's breathe. This is a big deal. Everything you want. Navel to spine, inner thigh line lit up. Tuck your chin a little bit. This hugs all the muscles into your spine. Let's breathe. We're here. 4, 3, 2, wonderful. Dhanurasana. Take your knees to hip distance. Bend your legs and capture 1 foot or 2. If you are taking 1 foot at a time, that's okay. We have 2 sets and 2 sides. Find a round of breath. On your exhale, kick. Kick into your hands. Let your hands receive your feet. So if you're pulling your heels to hips, you're doing it wrong. Kick your feet into your hands. Shift your work a little forward. You can look down, forward, or up. Just keep the back of your neck as long as you can. Breathe. We're here. 3, 2, wonderful. Left ear down. Look right. Relax. So the back of your neck long is its natural shape. Put your hand back there and feel it. From your bony spinous process of C7, T1 to the base of your skull, there's a dip, a curve forward. You can place your hand there. This is the natural shape of your neck. It likes to stay like that. So second set, think about that. Capture your feet. 1 foot or 2 as able. First, bring your knees toward each other. That's safer. Big breath. On your exhale, kick. Now again, think about the shape of the back of your neck we want to keep. And the more you kick, the more you press, push, shift, and lift. Change. Child's pose. Separate your knees. Press yourself back. And today, put your hands at Anjali Mudra behind your skull. Spread your fingers like a little antennae coming up from the back of your neck. Ustrasana, let's begin. Keep your knees apart. Rise up onto your high knees. Put your hands to your low back. And if you're challenged here, stay here. Sometimes looking just above the horizon is enough, camel. But for more, keep going. You might take a foot, you might take 2 feet, and then fling into it. Push your shins down. Push your hips forward, like your belly button wants to touch the mirror. And as able, keep going. Chest up, eyes open. Broad collarbone here is a heart opener. Find a round of breath. Change. Okay, support your back. Tuck your chin. Take your seat. And let's take a second. This is called hero pose. And if you like, you could always tuck your toes under as we start into the more of a yin feature here. And that's totally uncomfortable, yes. But if you've been doing extra walking, hopefully you're getting outside a good half an hour every day. I'm loving that. Going outside for a walk in the neighborhood, doing a little Tai Chi. And in these days of social distancing, nobody looks at me funny. while I'm doing Tai Chi. They don't look. Haha. All right, second set, camel. Put the tops of your feet on the mat. Separate your knees. Help your hips forward and woo, stay or play. You may wish to take hold of your feet and then do it. Fling yourself like a catapult, like a sailboat. The wind behind you puffing up your sail. Breathe here and give it up for love. You know, look at what this shape is. It's the opposite of sitting down. It's the opposite of being at the desk or at the couch or looking at the phone. And it opens and spins all your chakras. Those spinning wheels of energy inside your spine. We're here for 3, 2. Oh, wow. It's like you never want to leave. You know, at first you hear camel and you're like, la! But then you're like, okay. And then you're like, whoa. And you're like, shoot, it's done. Darn. All right, change. Support your back. Tuck your chin. Take a seat. Downward facing dog. Hi, dog. Tuck your toes, hoist your hips, and walk it out. Right and left. All right. Okay, it's yin 30. Let's begin. Inhale, raise your right leg high. Exhale, swan. So put your knee largely behind your hand as able. And if you would like to sit on some height because your knees are kind of fussy, that's a good time. You can use a couch cushion, a pillow, a folded up blanket. See what you have available and bend your front knee. Take your left hand, help your hip down. And if this is for you, practice like this. But a deer pose with a bent knee is an option also. So see what feels right. Take your left hip down, spin your left hip bone so it's facing that way. Lift your heart and then hang out. Yin poses are 3 things. Number 1, appropriate depth. So you want to feel something interesting and not abrupt. Number 2, you want to resolve to some stillness. And number 3, you want to be there for enough time. So I'm setting my watch here for 5 minutes. Close your eyes. And you can put your hands like a pillow like this. You can drop your arms down. Or if you are here, that's okay too. But you want to see if you can really hang out and be still. So that's where you could maybe, bring the ottoman or the chair back to this practice. Let's enjoy going inside. Stick with me, friends. We've got 4 minutes here. Now we're halfway there, so notice if anything has shifted. What are you feeling? Please know that you are doing this properly. You can even relax your tummy muscles and your shoulder shrugs. There's no effort here. Let the earth rise up to support you. If your brain gets busy, that's okay. Use it. On your inhale, think thank. And on your exhale, think you. Challenge yourself to drop. You can do this. Notice where you might be clinging on and using some effort. See if you can untether these places. Okay, we're going to come out of this really slowly and carefully. I want you to listen. When you come out of a yin pose, you are going to feel some sore kind of stiffness, and you're going to think, gee, did I do that wrong? And I want you to understand, no, because we're not really stretching the muscle here. This is about the fascia, the lining of every nook and cranny, covering of every structure inside you. Sometimes the fascia gets stuck to the muscle, and only half your range of motion takes place in the muscle. No, it's the joint capsule where the other half takes place. So this is really filling a need in your overall flexibility. It's interesting sensation, right? It doesn't feel super yummy, but if it feels grindy, like you're hurting yourself, you've overshot. So we're here for another round of breath. And change. Okay, now move slow because you were there for a while, and notice this achy kind of stiff feeling. All right, let's create a second side for your swan, and we'll do the same thing. Whatever height you had underneath you, see about fashioning a mirror image of your second side, and it's gonna be the same idea. I'm setting the timer for 5 minutes. Take your right hand, turn your hip down, and you could keep it bent like this, like a deer pose, if that's better for your hips and knees. I'm going to go for a swan. So I'm going to take the right hand, roll the hip down, and this is the idea. If your pain in your knee is bugging you, you could flex your top toes up. That moves the patellar tendon anteriorly and takes some of the pressure off. So that's an option. And yeah, your foot's not going to stay parallel to the short edge of your mat. Roll your right hip down. And then what's the strategy for your upper body? You can, again, be up here, but see about having something you can chillax against. Again, the chair. Let me show you what that would look like. Yeah, if my range of motion today was such that I needed to be up higher, this is totally legit because everything below the belly button is doing the pose, but you can be up. Again, you could come to your elbows. You could make 2 fists for your forehead. And there's only 2 ways to mess up a yin pose. One is to feel the grindy sensation, like it's grinding, or to feel nothing. So if sitting on the pillow means you missed out on sensation, you could sit on the floor. And as you're here, really let your body be as still as you can. And if your mind is busy, listen to all the things that are going on. Your beautiful breath flowing in and out, the sounds of birds. And right next to me, all my cats, they sleep under the table there, and my dog, he's sleeping on the couch. This posture in yin, sleeping swan, we have 2 more minutes. And remember, when you feel sensation, think that's where you need it. It's not that you're doing it wrong. You know, go inside your body. This is more about how it feels than how it looks. So go inside and shop around. Where could you drop? Where can you let go? Use your breath to smooth over any jaggedy sensation. You know, it's interesting. It's not painful. Your breath can be just like a cool hand on a warm forehead, you know? That feeling. Your breath can provide this soothing kindness. Okay, we're here for another round of breath. We will slowly change. So use your arm strength because your spine is kind of vulnerable. You let go of your bandhas, your navel spine connection. It means that your back is a little bit vulnerable. So really only ever use your upper body to be moving around until you get organized. Let's sit down. Our next posture, let's do a little bit of a counter pose. Your legs were kind of crunched up, so let's do a counter posture. We'll get into some dragonfly. So adjust your clothes. Straddle as you can. Avoid strain behind your knees. So if you feel strain at the inner thigh or behind the knees, you've overshot. And you can use a pillow to hang out. If you are able, flatten down. And I've got the timer running. Let's do 3 minutes here. I'm so glad I left the window open so we can hear the birds. Listen to your breath. We're about halfway there, so if you can no longer feel sensation acutely, you might want to ratchet down the height of your props. Okay, so before we move, we've got like about a minute left. Before we move, ask yourself, is this something where I can go a little deeper, or is it something where I need to back down a little bit? The way to decide is if you can no longer feel this posture acutely. I'm taking a little bit of a side stretch. If you'd like to join in, take your left hand and walk it a little bit over to the right. Let's see if that helps open up anything yummy in your left side rib cage. Change, second side. Walk your hand over, press, and drop, kind of like just how we started our class. Remember we were on child's pose? Yeah, this is fun to think about why yoga is so helpful. We move the spine in its favorite 6 directions, back, forth, side, side, and then the 2 twisting directions. And we were doing things on our tummy. We can do things on our back. We can do things standing, sitting, being upside down. This is why yoga is so comprehensive and delightful for your lungs, your spine, for your living and your life. Okay, gently help yourself out of dragonfly. Again, where do you feel a little bit sore and achy? Don't stress out. That's kind of like, you wanted to put a little bit of gentle pressure on connective tissues to help improve overall range of motion. Okay, so we are at this nice place of 5 minutes left. I live on Lake Washington, so you can hear the seaplane flying. That's nice. She'll be going by in a second. So let's do a 5-minute Shavasana together. Put your feet up onto something nice. Relax yourself back. And remember that I'm watching the clock, so you don't have to. Now once you close your eyes, you can hear stuff. So let your ears do their job of hearing. And then start from scratch. Let go of all your muscles. And observe the effortless rhythm of your beautiful breath flowing in and out. Concentrate on it. Meditate on it. Now go ahead and lay nice and still in your Shavasana. Continuing to take this time to go inside to your breath. On an inhale, you might attach the word thank. And on your exhale, attach the word you. Over and over again. Listen to your breath. This is what's true. Listen to your breath. This is what is yours. Listen to your breath. This is what is now. Gently wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Roll to your right side, fetal position. Make a pillow with your right arm for your head. Draw your knees nice and close to your chest. Feel held. Use your top arm to press yourself up to an easy, comfortable seat, one of choice, whether on your knees or on your cross legs or sitting on your cushion. On an inhale, spread your arms out to their widest reach. Turn your palms up. Really spread your fingers wide like they're in gloves. Real fired up energy here. Lift your heart. Now on an inhale, slowly draw your arms together like magnets. You can even feel already, perhaps, the tingle, crackle of life in your palms and fingertips. This is chi, or as we call it in yoga, prana. You can feel this energy. You are a vehicle of light. Gently help your palms to touch and draw your hands past your crown, third eye, lips, to rest at the base of your heart. Recall the intention. Recall the dedication you set at the beginning of your practice. Thank yourself for having practiced. Thank you for the chance of guiding your efforts every single day. Probably for the time being, probably for a long time coming. We don't know. But all we have is today. All we have is our healthy, happy homes. And in these times of struggle, think of people who haven't got what you have. Share what you can. Thank you for the chance to share what I have to offer. Namaste. Have a good day.